This contest is officially heating up. An artist grandmother versus a 3,400-hour Palia expert. And both builds will absolutely blow your mind.
If something is able to be placed in one area but not on the other side, then I'm just like, nope, that's not going to work for me.
In today's episode, we showcase two completely different approaches to creativity, and you won't believe what they accomplish with the same starting shell. Hey, it's Benny Commit. Episode 3's winner is going to be announced here shortly, but today we have Jupitor June, an artist and grandmother bringing pure creativity versus LAAKNESS with her 3,400 hours of expertise and stunning Elderwood mastery. $100 prize. Your vote decides. Voting closes this Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. Now, before we dive into these incredible builds, I have to ask, what keeps you motivated when facing challenges? Is it gaming, creativity, family? Both today's builders show us how art and creativity can be healing and meaningful. Drop your thoughts below in the comments, or if you're watching this live, go ahead and let me know in the chat. Now remember, both builders started with the exact same shell, but created completely unique worlds. Today we're seeing how different life experiences and perspectives can transform the same foundation into something totally personal and meaningful. Now let me introduce you to Jupitor June, a professional artist who raised 3 amazing humans who've given her 12 grandbabies, and she says they keep her young at heart. What makes Jim's participation in the contest so special is her pure artistic approach to Palia building. She brings professional creative training into these design choices, treating every room like a canvas with careful attention to color harmony, visual flow, and emotional storytelling. Her build started simply, but evolved into something much more meaningful as she worked on it. Her gratitude shines through everything. In her submission, she simply said, "I just appreciate you guys allowing me to be part of this. Thank you." That humble appreciation combined with artistic skill creates something truly special. Now let's visit Jim's creation as we explore. I want us to appreciate how she transforms each space using her artistic background. Every room tells a visual story. You can see that through the way that she handles color, lighting, and flow. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's what's
This is where all the tea magic happens.
Tea magic? You know, in my opinion, Palian tea is like, you know, when you'd come out of Bahari sometimes and you'd be making that tea shape, but no, this is cool. I love this. I love how decorated your walls are. That's awesome. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm getting a look around and you narrate, I'll point at it.
I'm so used to doing like the glitch stuff, you know, and the magic, and so this was a little harder than I thought. So and you said it should represent us. So there's always lots of tea and herbs in my cupboards.
Oh, nice.
And the kitchen is the main place in our home.
Oh, that's
my favorite place.
There's so many different permutations of kitchens, and it's fascinating to me, like how people kind of do little wraparound kitchens, and like I love it. There's just, it's fun to see. It's fun to see all the details, and you know, it's been funny for me to kind of see how everyone's attitude has been towards like the fact that this is vanilla, and you know, largely it's been celebrated, but also a lot of the people that are so used to using a lot of the technical types of build styles to go back to your roots, and like has been kind of a you know, an interesting challenge for them.
Yeah, like it's before we had the building blocks, you know, when we had to be a little bit more creative. It was even before that.
Yeah.
So it was actually good to do. I think it was good for me.
I think so too. That's a feedback that I've gotten from a lot of people that have participated in the contest, that and you know, people that are watching on the other end of the screen, they can know that everything in this contest is doable without having to, you know, go through crazy tutorials or do like 5 steps to make it happen. But
yes,
it's really nice though. It's really nice. It's been well received. Oh, I love this. I love the colors you used in here.
Thank you. It kind of reminds me of my great-grandmother's house. Each room was a different color.
Oh.
So like the green room had the canopy bed, which was the room I always stayed in, and I think that's what inspired this room.
Oh, yes.
And possibly this whole house.
Yeah, I love that. Like, that personally to me is like one of my favorite parts about doing these tours is how people use Palia to recreate parts of their life, or to to remember people, to explore and express culture and creativity. And
Yes, I told my grandchildren, because I have 12 of them, that they will each have their own plot. So when I am no longer on this earth, they can just pop in there and visit, and I just think that's so cool. And so do they. They like it too.
that's very sweet. That is very sweet. It's always impressive to me, like how people paint with light in Palia. Lighting in Palia is just phenomenal, and just watching people do that in different ways. Oh, it's a really good
My
game.
favorite thing to explore is the lightings and the colors and the different shades.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a lot of reds in this game, and it's one of my favorite colors. So I kind of maybe went overboard in this room a little bit, but I just couldn't help it.
I don't think so. I think, and I hear that too, that red is very challenging to work with in Palia, but I know that a lot of people will take inspiration from this. I know this is a contest, at the end of the day, but I mean, let's face it, everyone's got their notepad out and they're just like, ooh.
Okay. All right. So out here is the spa.
Oh, nice. I love how people have used the different colorways in Palia, and just like the choice of the different color types. But oh man, how you executed everything is just really nice. I like the mermaid chairs, especially for that. I mean, I feel like you got a nice seat, you can just get a pedicure and relax.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the fish aren't included. If I could have poured fish in there, I would have.
Ah, yes, those fish.
They nibble your feet, and which I never do because it freaks me out. But I know everybody loves that.
I've gotten pedicures before. I'm not gonna lie, they're fantastic. But I've never been to a place that has those, because that's interesting for sure.
So yeah, it's hard to make showers and stuff like that in this game, but I managed to do it with no trips.
Yeah.
So hopefully other people will and be inspired by that. And
oh, no doubt. You got a lot of, these chairs are like, they're perfect. They almost kind of look like they have terry cloth on them. Like they're perfect spa chairs.
The camping chairs?
Yeah,
I thought so too.
What strikes me about Jim is how she brings her artistic training into every design choice. You can see in everything that she does the professional eye for the composition, the color theory, the visual storytelling throughout her build. It's like walking through a living art piece. All right, so Q&A time. Let's get the deets. One of my favorite things to do that really sets the tours apart is getting to know the other person on the other end of the screen. Because, I mean, you can look at the tour board all day and you'll be like, that's a pretty house, right? But little do you know that there's typically a story behind it, or there's a lot of different thoughts and feelings and emotions that go into them. At first glance, you're like, this is a pretty plot, but there's actually a person that, put that together. They have their own, their own backstory. And to me, this is kind of my favorite part about this, and you've hinted at some of the things, but one of the first questions that I've been asking is, everyone started out with the same shell challenge, and you told us a little bit about it, but like, where did you get the inspiration for this plot?
I think I got the inspiration, honestly, from the mermaid chairs.
Oh, nice.
It kind of, because I figured it out one night, late at night. I just happened to put the mermaid chair inside of that branch fountain, and I'm like, oh, wow, there it is. And it just turned into the spa and tea. And I just loved it.
That's fantastic. I love that. Kind of a second question I've been asking is, as people are putting these builds together, oftentimes everyone has different process with how they do that. Some people are note takers, sketchers. Some people are dabblers and doodlers. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, once you got your inspiration, how did you put it together? Like, what was your process?
I get like visions and flashes. I don't get the notebook out and write things or make drawings or anything like that of that. It's all done in my head, and a lot of times it comes to me when I'm sleeping.
Ooh, that's cool.
And when I wake up, it's just like boom, 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 and I make it happen, and it fascinates me every time.
That's really cool. For people to be able to do that. I sometimes I can do that, but just I look at it like people that have that sort of spatial awareness and that vision, that sight, to be able to manifest that into existence. It's kind of like I look at it like, we're not just touring this plot, we're actually just walking through Jim's mind in the past.
You know what? That is a great way to say it, because that is exactly what it is.
That's cool.
And it's just so crazy. Like, if I go to one of my sometimes I got to go shopping on some of my old plots.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, oh wow, like, I forgot I made all of this. This is crazy.
Yeah, I get those moments like all the time too. Maybe not so much with design as it is like with coding. If I'm making a project, I'll be like, whoa, I wrote that? That's crazy. Like, when did that happen? It's like you black out and all of a sudden this plot comes into existence, and 6 hours later you're like, I haven't ate or drank anything. What happened?
That's exactly how it is. And that happens with me when I write too. Like, sometimes I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll write this thing, and it'll go right in my note journals on my phone, and then I don't remember I even wrote it, and maybe see it 3 months later, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is good. And then a lot of times it's poems. Yeah. So I'll post them now and then. Yeah, that is something that used to freak me out, that as I got older, I kind of embraced it and realized that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Externalizing things is a very powerful thing, because oftentimes we just have things that live in our head and never see the light of day. So, to get into that habit, some people externalize, like you said, through notes, scribbles, and some people externalize through Palia. So,
Yes, there's many ways to express your artistic insides.
Yeah. Well, my last question is arguably like the hardest. I've mentioned before, people that I've toured in person, known as Palian tour guides. You've toured, you've showed me around a couple of your plots so far, and everyone that I've toured with is always very humble and sweet. And this is why this question is honestly like the hardest one, because this is a contest.
Yeah.
Why should people vote for your plot?
That's one of those questions that, you know, it comes to me in my sleep and then I can answer it perfectly.
Oh, yeah. 3 a.m. it's going to hit you. Be like, oh, man.
Should have said that. Inspiration is found in many places. But when you can find some peace when you're looking at inspiration, like inner peace, if it makes you feel warm and cozy, then I think it's worth a vote.
That's awesome. That's a good point. It's a really good point. You know, throughout this whole series, we've found that art speaks to you in different ways, and I never want to minimize the impact that Palia can have. Just people using Palia as a design language to express themselves, and you know, that's like you said, you couldn't have said it better than me. Next up, we have LAAKNESS. She lives with family, takes care of the house, yard, and her dog, Elsie. When I tell you she loves Palia, I mean she loves Palia. Over 3,400 hours in the past 18 months, all on a Switch Lite. Now here's what's incredible about LAAKNESS's building philosophy. In her own words, I didn't have a plan going into it. I rarely do. Her build, Lilac Haven, was inspired by the new Elderwood wallpaper, and it grew organically from there into something cozy, lush, and whimsical. Now she faced a real challenge with the fireplace centering issues, but instead of giving up, she found a creative solution. I built around it, mostly covered it up with pretty things. She was incredibly careful to keep everything 100% vanilla, no tricks or glitching whatsoever. LAAKNESS told me she enjoys these challenges and is also looking forward to a small break afterward to work on side projects she's been installing. Why? Because she has a hard time doing more than one build at a time. The mark of someone who puts their whole heart into every creation. Now let's check out LAAKNESS's Elderwood Paradise. With over 3,400 hours of experience, she knows this game inside and out, and her organic building style creates something that feels like it grew naturally from the landscape.
And then we're going to go inside. One of the things that I love the most is, you know, my rebellious nature. I had to work with this fireplace being like the rafters are off center, so I just fixed it.
Hey, there you go. That's really cool though, how you kind of frame the whole section in. And
yeah,
you know, I don't know. I've toured quite a few of LAAKNESS's plots, and every single one always seems like it's like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like it's easy on the outside, but once you get on the inside, it's a whole new world, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks. So
I love that.
It's just it's always fun, and I'm just kind of doing a little pan around. We got some things going on here. Love the use of colors, and just everything is so well laid out.
Thank you.
Narrate. What do you got? How do you what's your thought process?
I would describe this as kind of a luxury vacation cottage type area.
Nice.
So you can come here and relax and like have a lot of nature surrounding you without actually a lot of nature surrounding you.
All right. It's kind of like the Palian form of glamping.
Yes, exactly. So like when you come, obviously, you know, you gotta have your soup and your dinner and all that. And I figure they don't need utensils because they're just gonna eat with their faces anyway.
Accurate. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, this wallpaper, it just works so well with the classic colors and with the lilacs.
It really does.
I just love how they all work together like that. And then we come into the bedroom here, where it's still cozy, but also lots of plants.
Oh, I'm so impressed. You got such really good colors, just kind of how everything is laid out, and
yeah, thank you. And this kite, it works perfectly as like a little mini curtain when you turn it upside down. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really clever. That's really clever.
And you know me, I had to do some wall art.
You know what? Here's the thing about that. It's like I took a good look at that and I was just like, I don't know if I was actually nodding my head, but I felt like I was I felt like I was anyways. I think this might actually be your signature. It's just like having some wall art, you know? That's like your flourish.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I felt like I had to. Like, at this point, I agree with you. It's like I can't not have wall art anymore. I just have to do something.
Oh, I love this bathroom.
I always... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I always love the idea of a water-themed bathroom. It's something that just fits in my head. It has to be like an underwater type thing.
It just makes sense, you know?
Yeah. Like, this is the water room.
So, one of the things that I personally appreciate about the dynamic wallpapers is they work so much better in a small space than they do in a larger space. And
I agree.
This one here, because of the parallax effect, like in a small room, it works really well. It works really well. It really does kind of. I know this is a really weird reference as we're playing Palia, but it kind of reminds me of like underwater bases in No Man's Sky. So, you know.
Oh, okay. I've never played that one, but yeah, I agree that like specifically the underwater one, that wallpaper, it gets a little overwhelming if it's in a larger space.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
It loses a lot just because you're actually seeing less of the wall in a larger room, if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This new one though, this one works well in a larger space because it's kind of unassuming.
Yes. Yeah, and then you see that it's just kind of gently moving.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming. So I think this one is better suited for a larger room.
Yeah, totally. And then we head outside. Oh yes.
Yeah. This is our little campfire, cozy, you know, you got your fish on the grill over here and your drink station. You just sit and relax and chat with friends around the fire.
I love it.
And then you can have like a little sleepover too.
Aw. Plushy slumber party.
Yeah.
So I really
like in my
Go ahead.
no, it's okay. In my mind, the only plushie is the Magi Dragon, and the rest of them are all just like characters. They're just like in my mind, those are living beings.
That is fantastic. I really like. I've always appreciated the personification of plushies. I think that they started out as a collectible, but in reality, like they have been used so much to personify and kind of give character to a plot. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, like in my mind, these are all just they're hanging out and they're talking and stuff. And then this is the only one in my mind that is a stuffed animal, like.
Yeah, that's like a third bed at this point, honestly.
You're right. Yeah, or like something to bounce on, like people jumping on the beds or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Thank you.
That's very well done. Very well done. I like to do a little pan around the outside, just kind of take it all in, and
Yeah.
It's honestly, in my opinion, I think it's the little things that really set places apart, and there's a lot of really fine details in this plot, and that's kind of why I like to take a look at it from all different angles, because everything that I've seen is always placed with intention, and looking at it from different angles, you get to see you get to see those kinds of things. Now, I like how Loch Ness approaches building. No strict plans, just kind of letting creativity flow naturally. That organic development style combined with, in this case, her dedication to vanilla building, which I know for some of y'all who are so used to these advanced building techniques can be a challenge in itself. But one thing that I've learned about Loch Ness in terms of just how she approaches things is she does not give up. If she sees something that isn't right, she's going to persist until it's right in her mind. And in fact, she's probably looking at some of her builds right now and judging them.
You know, those of y'all who are seeing my channel for the first time and wondering, you know, what the heck, it's been sort of a fun trend that I've noticed anyways, is just as I'm touring these plots and as people kind of prepare for them and stuff, I usually do an interview at the end of these tours, because one of the things that I believe fundamentally is there's a person on the other end of the screen, and I think we lose context of that. I think we forget about that sometimes as we're touring these plots, because people have emulated their religion, their dream homes, you know, childhood memories, just like Loch Ness had mentioned earlier, how the lilac reminded her of her mother. It was one of her mother's favorite flowers. So as I've done these tours, people have created these little seating areas that are prepared for that, and it's something that something I always enjoy seeing. Anyways, it's never a requirement. It just kind of happens, you know, as it is.
Yeah,
So
I figured we could sit here and feed the ducks while we talk.
that's perfect. See, so first question is, you know, it's always impressive to me that people just kind of wake up and create things. And I've seen some of the stuff that you've done before. It's always impressive. I do like to mention the platform here, Loch Ness's platform, which is Switch Light. And to me, I feel like that's more impressive, to be able to have and execute that level of vision, you know, on the Switch Light. And I know you've had your frustrations and stuff, but that's not the question at all. The question is the fact that you woke up one day and you decided, first of all, you're going to participate in this contest, which is, you know, hard enough as it is. And secondly, you had this inspiration to create this plot. So I like to ask kind of first off, what was your inspiration? Like, what was the moment that it really just kind of hit you? You know, this is what you wanted to do.
The moment that it hit me was as soon as I saw that new wallpaper that I put on the inside. Like, that is the moment that everything kind of started to come together for me. So I could decide how I wanted the colors to work.
Nice.
So like that, like purple and blue kind of mixture.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, I saw a car that had that kind of color, to where, like, if you're looking at the car from one angle, it's more of a blue, and then you're looking at a different angle and it's more of a purple.
Oh, nice. Kind of
And
like pearlescent.
Yeah. And I just always loved that color. Like I said, my mom loves lilacs. She likes a different kind of purple than I do. She likes a more like a reddish tone. I like a more bluish tone. And so it was just like the perfect opportunity for me to use all of those, you know, the blue, the red, and add like some pink.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it takes me a while sometimes when we have these challenges for me to figure out what I want to do with it.
Like you're spinning your tires until you get traction, right?
Yeah, and then once it comes, then it's like, okay, I'm working on it nonstop.
Yeah, it's fun. I hear that quite often. Just the moment that it hits, like sometimes it hits you like immediately. You're just like, oh my God, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. And then sometimes, you know, just kind of like you're marinating on it for a while, and you're just like, your brain's on autopilot doing something, and then it just like, then it clicks. You're just like, oh my God, I know what to do now. You know, and then it's a cascade of creativity. How do you?
Yeah, I feel like artist mode kicked in.
Yeah. How do you plan like something like this out? Is it? I know there's some people that you just it's organic. Okay.
Yeah, I do not plan at all. I just kind of start with something and then, oh, this would look cool here. Okay, oh yeah, this would look cool here. So.
Do you?
Yeah, like.
And I'm just kind of following up because I think the creative process is important for people to understand that, you know, not these things don't just manifest themselves overnight. Sometimes it takes weeks. Sometimes it to kind of iterate. And you know, as I understand it, you know, you don't necessarily know exactly where things go, but you kind of try things out, or you just kind of look at an item and you're able to visualize it into place. I know that there are a lot of people that have that spatial awareness.
Yeah, and for me, a lot of it has to do with symmetry, because if something is able to be placed in one area but not on the other side, then I'm just like, nope, that's not going to work for me. Got to find something else. You know.
Fascinating. Everybody kind of has their own little like design system, their own rules, guidelines, I guess. But
yeah,
it's interesting. It's all fascinating to me. Well, I guess the last question that I have is arguably the hardest, and you know, I've let people know. So everybody that I've toured in person, you're familiar with this, but you know, those of you who are watching this for the first time, people that I tour in person are known as a Palian tour guide. They show you around. They are the professionals of their own plot, and they are probably one of the most humble people that you'll encounter, which is why this question I feel is probably going to be the hardest. Why should people vote for your plot?
Oh, that is a hard question. I think they should vote if they like how it looks. If it's something that makes them feel happy when they look at it, if it makes them like reminiscent or want to visit like a dreamland. That's what I'm going for, is like, I want it to be pretty and cozy and welcoming. So I think if you feel like this is all of those things, then you should vote for it.
Okay, this matchup has been absolutely beautiful to witness. Two builders, completely different approaches, both showing us the incredible power of creativity. Jim Jupiter June brought us professional artistic vision translated into Palia, showing how real-world creative skills can transform virtual spaces. Her eye for composition, color harmony, and visual storytelling created something truly gallery-worthy, while LAAKNESS brought us 3,400 hours of pure passion and organic creativity that Elderwood-inspired paradise that grew naturally from her deep love of the game and her incredible patience and skill. Both builds represent completely different facets of our creative community, but only one of them can continue. The Google voting form is live right now. Find it in the description, pinned in the comment, and live chat. You have until Thursday, 11:59 p.m. Central Time to cast your vote. Next week, episode 5 is a very special exhibition match featuring 3 powerhouse, pun intended, builds from 3 of our mods. Plus, we'll reveal who advances from today's vote. And don't forget to join our Discord. This community's support for builders like Jim and passionate creators like LAAKNESS is exactly what makes our community so special. And I'll see you next Friday. Remember, whether you're facing challenges or celebrating expertise, your creativity has a place.